Am I the asshole for not giving my husband my escape money when I saw that we were financially struggling? I'm a 34-year-old female, have recently ran into a situation with my husband, who's a 37-year-old male, and I'm curious about if I am the asshole here or not. So me and my husband have been together for 8 years, married for 7. When I got married, my mother came to me privately and talked about setting aside money as a rainy day escape fund if worse came to worse. My husband has never shown any signs of being dangerous and rarely even gets upset, but the way my mother talked about it, it seemed like a no-brainer.
We should look at the remarks first, that what people need to say. My ex-wife did the same thing to me. I was a good husband and father. I will never forgive her for being so evil. Women be like stealing when in the marriage and then steal more when they divorce. So the seeds of deception started by her mother. Women are scandalous. Men get knocked down and do their best to provide. Women just run away. I can't believe someone could be so disgusting. You are a whole personified. It doesn't matter if you would do that to any man you married. How dare you steal from your husband? His money is her money, and her money is her money. Is one of the dumbest things forced by women who think they own everything. The man went into the marriage to be a husband. The woman went into the marriage for convenience, not to be a wife. Sickening. I would wager that she has not been faithful either. If a man hides money from his wife so he can do things he wants, or so he has something to fall back on in case she divorces him, women would consider him a monster. The wife is disgusting, but don't overlook the poisonous mother-in-law that planted the seed instead of counseling her on how to be the best wife she could be. This woman and her mom are the reason men are not getting married anymore. I guarantee her mother, who gave her the wonderful advice to steal from her own husband, is also divorced, because under no circumstance would stealing from your own husband lead to a good outcome.
Me and my husband, I really don't like that. When my husband and I got together, we agreed I would be a stay-at-home wife. We are both child-free, so that was never a concern. My husband made a comfortable mid-six-figure salary. All was good until about 2 years ago. He was injured at work in a near-fatal accident. Between hospital bills and a lawsuit that we lost that ate up nearly all of our savings, I took a part-time job while my husband was recovering. But when he fully recovered, we transitioned back into me being unemployed, as my husband insisted that it was his role to provide. He currently is working 2 full-time jobs and Ubers on his off days to keep us afloat. Here is where I might be the asshole. I do all of the expense management and have continued to put money into my escape account, although I significantly decreased from $750 a month to just $200. My husband came home exhausted one night and asked about downsizing because the stress of work was going to kill him. I told him downsizing would not be an option, as I had spent many years making our house a home, and offered to go back.
We should look at the remarks first, that what people need to say. Escape fund is a self-fulfilling prophecy. She's a thief. She knows she's a thief, and she's all right with that. I honestly think we in GovT should look into marriage as a business partnership in the future because of crap like this. Hate to say it, but after all the crap the Govy lets women get away with, it's the only way to protect ourselves going forward if marriage is to survive. Prime example of how marrying the wrong person can destroy your life. He was nothing but good to her, yet she still treated him like a predator, stealing money from him so she could ditch him. The second time's got tough. She has an escape fund, which means that she is already planning to divorce him. He's working hard to make the marriage work, while she's working hard to make sure that she has enough to divorce him. Wolves look like wives. It's hard now more than ever to distinguish the difference between the two good, honest women who are wife material are suffering because of the wolves portraying to be a wife. So what does men do since they can't tell the difference? We have no other choice but to walk away. The reward is severely outweighed by the risk. So to add more fuel to the fire, smart men don't get married. Apparently, when a woman sets up an escape fund where she deals from her own husband to fund it, it's just for her protection. But if a man gets a prenup, things fall apart. Because that's harmful to the relationship, since it implies that things won't last.
He tried to be nice, but basically told me that me going back to work wouldn't make enough. After an argument, my husband went through our finances to see where we could cut back. He was confused when he saw that I had regular occurring withdrawals leading back years and asked me about it. I broke down and revealed my money to him,
My money.
which now sits at about 47,000. After I told him, he just broke down, treated him like a predator, and hid money from him for years, even when he was at his lowest. I told him that the money was a precaution I would have taken with any partner and not specific to him. He left the house to stay with his brother and said, I heard him on every possible level, but my mom says this is exactly what the money is for and should bail now.
We should look at the remarks first that what people need to say. Unless you are making the money yourself, you're not saving it. You're literally, objectively, and definitively stealing it. Even then, what does that say about your trust for your husband if you're planning an escape when he hasn't done anything to make you wary? No kidding. Her escape fund is her alimony. It's 2024 women can work. It's no the 1800s where women couldn't work. I say remove all alimony. Why pay for something you don't have? I've never made payments on a vehicle I sold. Why should I make payments to a woman I'm no longer married to? It was always a stupid concept to me. Stories like this is why you never give a woman full access to the house funds. Hidden emergency funds are common, meant for emergencies. The escape fund is pure selfishness, and as it grows its incentive to walk when things get hard. Notice it only came to light when she wouldn't downsize in order to make things easier for him. Clearly they have a massive house, or one in a wealthy location, with ridiculous debt on it. Clearly she wasn't worth it. Most modern women are like that. They're in business while men are in love. Most women just want the status of being married but never want to actually work to be a wife or stay married. To them it's just an accessory or an achievement to cross off a list. When you marry, you become one. There is no him without her and no her without him. To watch him suffer and worry when she could have alleviated his problems is cruel and selfish. It's one thing to save money for hard times, but stealing from your husband is next-level evil, especially when he is generous, good, and wants to provide for you. That's a wrap for today on mgtow Sigma. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you're the first to know when the next video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you tomorrow.